Day one, I'm doing the outer rim first of all. So we're going to go behind these buttes and trek all the way around. It's a 3-day hike, and when I return, I'm going to move on to a couple of primitive roadside campsites. I've got water cached. It's going to be 3 days out in the real backcountry desert. Got my first campsite here. You can see I'm in really beautiful canyon, and this is a pretty popular area. There's a lot of campsites, but the real fun begins tomorrow when we start the outer rim trail. Heavy rain and very strong winds throughout the night. I slept in to catch up on a lot of missing sleep from driving all the way down here. To check out what the reward is for rains in the desert. That's really cool, seeing all these low clouds hitting the butte, kind of spilling over the fog. Made it out of the Chisos Basin. Now we're headed in to the alien desert of the Outer Rim, which you could see back there behind me. Really excited to be heading back there. Being in the desert, there's no designated campground, so I'll be really out by myself. And being outside the canyon walls, hopefully we could get sun shining on them. Being in the Chisos Basin, where we were the first night, the sun really couldn't shine on any of the cliff walls. So out in the desert, outside of the rim, could lend itself to some really cool opportunities. Just a minute ago was sun shining down on the valley and the fog rolling in. Well, I don't know if it's fog, it's clouds because I'm up in the mountain. But the clouds rolled over me, so right now, you can see that I'm sitting in the mist, but I'm sitting here waiting. I have the camera set up. You can see the clouds starting to dissipate a little bit, and the sun is shining on the valley. And just looking for that right combo of cloud and atmosphere and the sun on the rolling desert floor. I've made it out of the basin, about to begin the desert part of the hike, and we're at quite the transition zone. You can see behind me, up there, is still cool clouds, mist raining down from the mountains. Where I'm heading next is desert and sun. I have about 10 miles in between me and my water cache, and I have 2 criteria for setting up camp anywhere here in the desert. Number 1, I just want it to be as much distance as I could cover tonight as I can, because tomorrow, to finish the loop, we got to go back up into the basin again. That's going to be a lot of uphill hiking, and that's going to be pretty exhausting, so I want to cut down that as much as I can. Second, if there's any photo opportunities available, obviously would like to set up camp that I don't have to move too much to try and get some good pictures. So now we begin the desert section. So much hiking done. Time for second lunch, which I think I deserve. First lunch, by the way, was tuna fish, jelly beans, and a stroopwafel. Give it 2 Michelin stars. Now I'm gonna go with a hiking classic, beef jerky, granola bar, and some trail mix. Made it about as far as I'm going to on the desert trail, and the sun was setting. Over there to the west, I had 3 different shots lined up, 1 east, 1 west, 1 north. East was already happening, and I think I might have got something there. And west and north were kind of long shots. Unfortunately, thick clouds started rolling in and killed the color early. And it's too bad, because you could see a lot of these clouds look like they would have caught fire real nice. So I'll take what I could get. As for hiking tonight, I'm bent about as far as I could go, close to breaking. My body is just breaking down, feet and hips. Maybe I'll take a little more rest and try and hike during the blue hour here. It'd be nice and cool. But this is about as far as I think I'm going to go for the night. Did okay, a little behind schedule. I mean, tomorrow is potentially the toughest part of the hike, and I left myself with a pretty big chunk to do. But you can only put in what you could put in, and right now, my body's telling me that I am done. So maybe I'll have an astro shot for you tonight, but otherwise, that's probably it. And we'll see you in the morning. After a night of rain, enough clouds left over for a beautiful sunrise. Looking out to the east, you can see a lot of the clouds catching fire back there. And that's the first shot I'm going to take with these cactus as foreground interest. But also to the south, you can see some cool little, almost look like ellipses clouds going over a strong monolith. And then I'm hoping one of these buttes will catch some light as well. It's nice to have a lot of options, so I'll be sitting here taking some shots and seeing which one works best. Camp is packed up here in the desert, about to begin day 3 of hiking, which I'm told, and as best I can tell, might be the hardest. The weather is perfect. Mentally, I'm feeling pretty strong. Energy levels are great. I've got food and water. But physically, a bit of a question. My right foot really feels a lot of discomfort. We'll see how far I can push it. may end up not being anything, might just need to get out and hike. Certainly the past couple days, everything in my body starts off feeling not great, and as I get warmed up, find a nice groove, so hopefully that'll happen again today. Temperatures stayed nice and cool. There's a lot of mist hanging around all the peaks, but everything's just kind of in shadow. Ultimately not great photos to take, and my main concern is my foot hasn't gotten worse, but I can't say it's gotten better, and most of my concentration right now is just going into finishing this little section, get to the roadside, try and make a decision from there. I don't feel very concerned. I know I'm gonna make it to at least the roadside, but it's putting a damper on my thoughts of completing the loop. That's looking less and less likely right now. I've come up with a plan of action for the night. I've already went up to my water cache and set up camp. I'm about a mile away from the National Park Service road. For the night, I have my food, water, shelter. I'm ready to go for the night, and this leaves me with a couple options for tomorrow. Number one, the miraculous option would be if my feet all of a sudden feel way better, I could complete the last quarter of the loop. And two, more likely, is a hike up this last mile to the National Park Service road, catch a ride to my vehicle, and either way, the next 2 nights are going to be as planned. I'll still be able to do the primitive road camping. This also gives me another night out in the desert, which I really enjoy anyway. I am set up with views basically all around me. Alright, one shot for sunset down. I think there's a good chance of this one working out. I've got this purple and green cactus here, just shooting out to the sun, setting down in a ravine. It's kind of a classic desert look of warm sun rays coming in, cactus foreground. I like it. I think it's going to work out alright. Still have chances for the rest of the scene around here. We'll see how all this lights up. But it's good to have gotten at least something out of the day so far. Well, unfortunately, foiled again by low clouds moving in. Right down there, the saddle kind of leads into this really cool gate in the mountains in the distance, and the sun was actually setting right down the gate. And you can see that there's a little bit of color above it. With clouds moving in again, I really hope I don't get the third night of rain in the desert. Not really what I was expecting, and I'd like to take the chance to try and do some astro photography tonight. But we'll see what hand we are dealt.